One thing that I feel like not enough people talk about when you're going to study abroad or move abroad is what essentials you should be packing. Now, for those of you who don't know me yet, hi, my name's Emily. I'm your study abroad bestie with Beyond the States, and I've studied abroad twice already, so I've been through my fair share of trial and errors when it comes to packing for study abroad. I was completely lost and had no idea what to pack for my first study abroad. I brought like 2 suitcases worth of things that probably most of it I didn't need, or maybe I could have packed a little more efficiently. So these are some of the things I wish I had brought my first time studying abroad and that I think could benefit you too. First things first, I feel like shoes are one of the most important things to pack. A good shoe can make or break your trip. A good pair of comfortable sneakers is honestly an essential when it comes to packing, and I feel like this is something that us Americans don't really think about, considering that we don't really walk as much in the US as we do in Europe. And you're gonna want a good pair of shoes that you're comfortable in, that you can wear every day, and that you can navigate those tricky cobblestones with. And after years of walking around European cities, I think I found the best shoe that you've got to bring for study abroad. The Adidas Spezials are honestly one of the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn, and I can say that with full confidence considering that my feet are super picky. I swear that I get blisters from every shoe. But these shoes are honestly so comfortable, I basically wear them every day. Honestly, if you can bring one shoe to study or move abroad, I would bring these. Now, I know the Sambas are trending all over social media and a lot of people prefer those, but honestly, I feel like these have the same look, but they are just so much more comfortable than the Sambas. And they're also majority leather, which makes them so much easier to clean. I feel like a lot of tennis shoes nowadays are majority suede, which is really difficult to clean, especially when it rains and your shoes get completely destroyed. So yeah, Adidas Spezials are a must-have. You're definitely gonna want them for your time in Europe. Now this one might be a bit of a no-brainer, but you are gonna wanna bring conversion plugs. Make sure you have the correct ones for your time in Europe. The reason why I'm including these for packing, even though they are kind of a no-brainer, is that a lot of times people decide to buy their conversion plugs when in Europe because they think it'll be easier to find conversion plugs. However, you're gonna want these right away as soon as you land. I mean, think about things like charging your laptop, charging your phone. These are things you're gonna need to do right away as soon as you land. And you're not gonna wanna have to try to find them in some electronics store as soon as you land in Europe. Especially if you're starting your study abroad classes right away, you're gonna want your laptop completely charged, so you're gonna wanna have one of these babies on hand. Now, another thing that I didn't have my first time around when I was studying abroad that I really wish I did have was this Lululemon crossbody bag. Now, honestly, any crossbody bag would work. I just really like this one because the strap, as you can see, is super durable. I also like it because it has this adjustable strap, so you can wear it like a crossbody bag, or you can make the strap a bit shorter and wear it like a fanny pack. I feel like with all the pickpocketing that happens in Europe, this is definitely an essential because it's super durable. Nobody's gonna rip this off you. Plus, it's very close to your body, so you can stay vigilant and make sure that nobody's trying to get into your bag. Okay, so this item is something that I never see people talking about when it comes to traveling or studying abroad that I think everybody needs to have in their carry-on. Now, when I first studied abroad, I didn't have access to an iron, and especially in those summer months when I was wearing a lot of linen, I would have loved to have an iron or something so that my clothes were not wrinkly. So I would recommend bringing this Downy wrinkle release spray from the US. Oh my God, you guys, it works so well. Basically, all you do is spray this on your clothes and then wait a couple minutes, and then you just brush out the wrinkles with your hands, and I swear they magically disappear. It's like the most insane type of sorcery I've ever seen. I am super sad because, as you can hear, I completely ran out of this. So as soon as I go back to the US, I'm definitely gonna be stocking up on this stuff. This is just a travel size bottle, but you can also buy it in bigger bottles so you can ensure you're not gonna run out like I did. And even if you're just traveling abroad, this is really nice to have because a lot of times if you're staying in a hostel or an Airbnb, you might not have access to an iron, so this is gonna save you in those times. Now, I'm not sure where you guys are all from in the US, but I'm from California, so we do not have the cold winters like you'll find in Europe. So when I first went to study abroad, I was very delulu when it came to the cold. I ended up just bringing a polyester coat for my time abroad, and let me tell you, I was freezing my ass off. Now, I really wish somebody had told me to bring a proper wool coat because yeah, the ones from H&M or Zara, while they might be cute, they're not gonna cut it because they're majority polyester, which doesn't keep you warm. So I made sure to invest in a proper wool coat now that I'm living in Europe. This one I've had for the past few years, and as you can tell, it is super warm and durable. I've never once felt cold in this thing. Now, I know especially if you're on a student budget, wool coats can be really expensive, so my hack for this is going to a thrift store or flea market and finding a really nice wool coat. And this will cost you a fraction of the price of buying it brand new. Now, speaking of winter, another thing you're gonna want to pack to keep you warm during your time studying abroad is the Uniqlo Heat Tech long sleeve thermal. Guys, oh my goodness, these things keep you so warm. You can just layer them underneath a sweater and you won't have to add any additional layers, which is so nice because I feel like one of the things about winter here in Europe is that oftentimes you have a ton of layers on, and then every time you go into like a store or a restaurant where there's heating, you feel like you have to take all your layers off, and it's super annoying. And these heat tech thermals will keep you warm even in the coldest of countries. I remember when I was first studying abroad back in 2018, I went on a Baltic cruise in December, which was just as cold as it sounds. We went to Estonia, Finland, Sweden, and it was literally snowing there, and these things kept me super warm and I had no complaints. Now that's all I have for now, but make sure to like and follow if you'd like to see a part 2, and let us know what your study abroad essentials are.